In this episode of the 1903 Springfield series, we will be discussing the M1905 bayonet. M1905 bayonets were manufactured by Springfield Armory and Rock Island Arsenal. All M1905 bayonets made by Springfield were marked with the SA, the flaming bomb, and the year that they were made. On the opposite side is marked with US and the serial number. On April 3rd, 1905, the M1905 bayonet was born. The blade is 16 inches long and has a stopped fuller on each side that's 12 inches long. A false edge on the top of the blade is 5.5 inches long. The bayonet ended in a spear point. The bayonet has two catches, one for the scabbard and one to lock the bayonet on the rifle barrel via a Krag style lug. The button here is to release the bayonet from either the scabbard or from the rifle. All M1905 bayonets manufactured by Rock Island were marked in the same manner except in the year 1906. They were not serial numbered. There are many different variations of both the bayonet and the scabbard. This is the first variation of both the bayonet and the scabbard. So you can see here on the scabbard, there's this brass piece. This is for connecting to the soldier's belt. This has been modified in later years. The sheath itself was modified too, to have this webbing instead of this leather. The soldiers would mess with these to better make them camouflage with the rest of their gear. So this is actually in pristine condition. It does have RIA 1911 HEK stamped on it. Now, I know that the Arsenal would stamp the rifle stocks, but I never heard of them stamping the scabbards. This could be that this is produced by Rock Island, and this is just the inspector for the manufacturing. That's what my assumption is. I don't think this is some kind of Arsenal stamping. I think this is a manufacturer stamping. I bought this as a package with a 1903 Springfield that is the Mark I model. So this came as a package. This is clearly a Springfield Armory bayonet, but identifying if this is truly a Rock Island scabbard or not, I'm going by this, that yes it is. But there's nothing in my reference book that talks about inspector's initials on the scabbard, and when I looked up the inspector's initials in the book, HEK doesn't appear in any of the choices. So, a little mystery on why it's on there, but I'm sure it's the manufacturer. So here on the bayonet, this button is what releases the scabbard and the bayonet from the rifle lug. So this is the part that goes over the barrel, and then it clicks into the locking lug, which is a Krag style locking lug. So if you look at the Krag Jorgensen and look at the 1903 Springfield, then you clearly see the progression in design. So this is the fuller. This is what this is. This is also called a blood groove. That's another name for it. A bayonet like this, it's not supposed to be sharpened. The blade is dull. So it's meant for thrusting. So you see it's extra thick here on the spine, and then it does flatten out, taper out. This is in really good condition. You see the nice grips. I believe these are walnut. And these are the original ones. It's only held in by one screw. If it's been modified, my reference book said it'll have an A stamped on the bottom here, but this one doesn't have any markings other than the factory markings that all of them have. A lot of these were cut down or have been messed with or have been refinished or sharpened. This one is in good original condition. I'm just unsure of the scabbard, but this is hard to come by, and these are quite valuable, especially if you have the matching scabbard, especially if it's in the period correct. So I do have the period correct scabbard for this, the leather one. The woven ones are fine also, but this one is period correct with the leather scabbard. Thank you for watching this episode in the 1903 Springfield series. Stay tuned for more episodes. Please like, comment, subscribe.